Josh Green here for Tungsten Tales. Delighted to be joined by Jeff Smith for the first time in a while. How are you doing, Jeff?
Not too bad, Josh. Thanks for having me again.
Absolute pleasure, Jeff. Absolute pleasure. You seem to be in pretty good form at the moment, playing some good stuff. You enjoying your darts?
Yeah, I've made a switch back to my previous manufacturer in Cosmo, and like I said, the darts seem to be going in the right direction for me again. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going right now.
When you're on that pro tour, it can be a lonely place and can be a difficult place to be if you're not getting those wins. How much was it of a not a relief, but just seeing you start to rack up those wins again and start climbing those order of merit tables?
Yeah, I've been in a little bit of a funk or a slump, I guess you could call it, for a bit. I've been in most of my games, but just not getting over the line. And like I said, just to have that winning feeling again, it's back to who I am as a dart player, and it's just good to be back.
Did a lot of that really start at the World Series, because you went back there and you performed incredibly well on the World Series, and it seems to have been an uphill, not an uphill battle, rather, right? The form seems to have gone uphill since then.
Yeah, well, it was the tournament before that. It was that cross-border challenge through the CDC. It gave me some players against North America, which was nice to get a little confidence boost again instead of eating 100 averages every time you go to the line. But that's right when I made my manufacturer switch. I had my flights and my barrels and everything all set, and like I said, everything's been uphill since then.
Is it a real positive you're still able to use things like the cross-border challenge and the CDC to go back and get that winning feeling if you need it, but more importantly, play against some top quality players and be at the top of your game?
Yeah, it's only a couple chosen events that the PDC allow us to play, obviously, with having a tour card for more than 2 years. New rules come into effect this year, so it's basically eliminated that avenue. So it's just more of you're basically playing for a paycheck or an envelope, but it is nice to have that confidence boost to being able to get back on the winning side again.
Let's talk about those rule changes. You obviously won North American Championship, which under usual circumstances would see you get into the PDC World Championship, not this year with the rule changes. Is that a bit of a difficult one to take because of how it's been in previous years?
Yeah, it's been my way of doing things all along. I've been hung out to dry a couple of times now with the PDC, just with rule changes, and not that they're doing anything wrong, because they did have to make a move there. I understand it. But like I said, unfortunately, I'm the one that takes the brunt of it. And like I said, last year I managed to get through that World Championship qualifier. And like I said, with the way my darts are going right now, I'm fully confident that I can do it again. And if I do, then I have a great chance of saving my tour card again.
How do you think that affects the overall quality of the World Championship? Because I think most people would say you're one of the top players in North America, yourself, Jules, the guys on the tour, but we might not be seeing those guys. It might be players that don't have tour cards and are maybe not quite on the same level as the guys on the main PDC.
Yeah, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, because these guys need that experience in order to elevate their games and evolve as a country or a continent. But like I said, it's unfortunate, definitely, because like I said, I am in a good place right now and shooting some good darts, and going into that tournament, that was what my goal was, and then to have that pulled out from underneath you right last second, it's a hard one to swallow, obviously, but ultimately I still have another chance.
One of the guys that has got through is David Cameron, and I'm sure you've shared the stage with many times. He's had a great year, not just up there, but in the seniors events as well. He could be a player going into the World Championship that could really prove a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Dave and I've played years and years together. It's we won a World Cup pairs together, and like I said, I know his game well, and he knows me. So, but yeah, if any time that Dave gets on the line, he's got that seems to have a shamrock in his back pocket a lot of times, and that's important when you're playing against these guys. So, I wish him all the best, and I hope he does really well for Canada.
We found out a few minutes before this, the draw for the World Series Darts final should be facing Raymond Van Barneveld in the first round of that one. Happy with the draw?
Happy with who I'm playing. Where I'm playing, who I'm playing might be a bit of a kick in the teeth, but other than that, like I said, he's obviously a pioneer for darts in Holland, and like I said, it's going to be a tough game just with the crowd support and whatnot. But caliber wise, he's probably the guy you want to draw out of the 24 that are there. So if I can play my game and like I said, if I can hold it together, then I'll definitely be a threat to get him in the end.
What are you expecting from the crowd in that one?
Yeah, it's Raymond Van Barneveld in Holland, but I don't know if you've ever watched YouTube videos with the Premier League and whatnot, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be something similar, and he every right to be so, because he is one of the legends of the game.
Do you see this as a real opportunity to continue that good form? Obviously, there's no ranking points on the line with this one, but getting wins on TV can't be bad for your confidence.
Yeah, it's great for me to get back on stage again. And like I said, New York was great for me. And I had some good wins against some pretty worthy opponents. And like I said, you just got to take the positives and keep moving forward. And I've got an opportunity here to make some more money. And that's the intent to do so.
We mentioned the tour card a couple of times during this interview. Is that the big goal? It looks like maybe an uphill battle at the moment, but there's still plenty of events left. And if you're playing the way you're playing, there's no reason why you can't make a few quarterfinals, semi-finals on the Pro Tour and make up that gap.
Yeah, it's like I said, my whole career, I've never done anything the easy way, that's for sure. So, but like I said, if I keep going the way I'm going, I'm going to stay positive. And for whatever reason, if it doesn't work out in the end, then I know I get Q School back in January, and I'll do my best to get straight back on tour.
Is that the route for you still? Because we've seen some guys come over, lose their tour card, and then go back onto the CDC tour. Is it for you full focus on the full Pro Tour?
Yeah, as much as I like the CDC the way that they do things and whatnot, but it's obviously where you want to be is with the world's best, and the only way to do that is to get into the PDC. So if I had my opportunity to go for either one, would be the PDC every time.
Does it feel like there's maybe a little bit of an imbalance we talked about the North American spot with the CDC spots also getting in the World Championship? It makes it difficult for guys like yourself to push into those World Championship spots, and you can see why guys would make the decision to go through the CDC.
Yeah, my only stipulation in the rule is that if you're a tour card holder, whether it's year 1 or 2, it should be the same rule. And you know what I mean? If you only played 1 year, you can still play that tour, and where it's definite advantage over the players that have held the tour card for 2+ years, so, or in the world's top 64. So other than that, like I said, they're not far off. They had to do something. I understand, you know what I mean? Germany had 27 different tries to get into the World Championships, where most of us only had 1. So if this straightens everything out, then it's definitely where the PDC need to be looking at.
Right, good stuff, Jeff. Really appreciate it, and best of luck with everything coming up, especially on Friday.
Great. Thank you very much, guys.